page there, it's asking me to draw a triangle with the sides 90 millimeters, 80 millimeters, and 70 millimeters. So to go about doing that, so I'll just give it a bit of space here. To go about doing that, generally I try and start with my longest side. So my longest side here being 80. I should put in millimeters for each of these as well. Sorry, my longest side being, so my longest side in this case would be 90. And again, you don't have to go with the first side you see. You can go with, generally when I'm drawing a triangle, I use the longest side as my base if possible. So again, just draw, using a ruler, a line, 90 millimeters on your page. Okay, and you can label that then, and it's going to be BC. So label it BC as your start and end points for that. And all you're going to do from there is get your compass, and you're going to try, so we have points B and C, we just have to try and find point A up here someplace now. So to do that, we know A is, well, it's 80 millimeters from point B, so just open your compass, 80 millimeters. So generally just put your point of your compass on your 80 and open it up to that 0 point there, or to that the 0 point there, and then just going, so it's from B, we know point A is going to be someplace along that arc, that 80 millimeters arc, and we know it's 70 millimeters from point C. So again, go back to your ruler, open it up to 70 millimeters, and that's going to be swung from point C. So we know point A is 70 millimeters from point C, so swing a 70 millimeter arc, and you can see there's a very definite point where they cross. So just join up those 2 points. And that's your point A up there. So that's how you draw a triangle if you're given 3 sides. Okay, and what an examiner will be looking out for is those 2 construction lines there to show that you drew your 2 arcs. Okay, moving on to the next one, it's, you could be asked to draw a triangle with a side here. So you'll see a line AB and then another line that just stands for the length of line AB. That's 85 millimeters. And then we have 2 other pieces of information here. So when you see this angle symbol, so again it just looks like an angle. When you see that before 3 letters, that just means the angle B, from B into A and out to C. Okay, so that's really that angle A, that middle angle. Okay, and again for here we're looking at an angle ABC, so it's going to be the angle focus at point B, so from A into B and then going out to C again. So first thing is, again, draw your line AB, and that's going to be 85 millimeters in this question. So again, using your ruler, draw a line AB and it's 85 millimeters. Label it up, so we label as we go, just makes things a little easier for us. Okay, now I'm looking at angle BAC, so that's angle from B over to A and then up to C. So it's going to be going like, so it's going to be going over and then up to C, and it's going to be going at 40 degrees. So as I said at the start of the video, I don't have a protractor, so I'm just going to have to assume, again, you'd use your protractor to measure out at 40 degrees. So I'm just going to assume it's someplace around there. Okay, and when you get that, when you mark the protractor, you'd obviously put a dot out there and join over the dot. I'm just going to write in my 40 degrees there. It's often no harm as well to write in what angle you're after finding as well. And you'll see I just continue that out, that line on lightly much further past where I expect it to end. Okay. And then I'm going to the last, so if this done, now I'm at this one, so it's angle ABC. So I'm going from angle A over to B and then back up to C, and it's at an angle of 60 degrees. So again, you'd fix your protractor there, you'd find your 60 degrees, put a dot, and then you draw out your 60 degrees. Your 60 degrees will probably be going a little bit steeper maybe. So this is my angle 60 degrees here. Again, that line continued on all the way up there, way past where I thought it was going to end. And again, what you'll have is just a natural point where both of them cross, and that's going to be our point C. Okay, so they just cross naturally at a point. We don't try and force that at all. It just once you draw your two angles and draw them out and then past where they should be, you'll notice that you'll find that it'll cross at some stage, and that crossing point happens to be my point C. Okay, so that's drawing a triangle given one side, so in this case it was side AB, and two angles. So again, you can revise that if you need to revise that again. Okay, and very finally is being given a triangle with one side, so the side is going to be GC, and side, so I'll label these, a side, an angle, and another side. So two sides and an angle. And with these again, I would generally do it where I would do my longest side first. In this case, it's my 65 degrees, so I'm going to draw that in first. I'm just drawing your 65 degrees. If you need to put a little indicator just to show where it starts and finishes for yourself, that's okay. That's going to be sides G and C. And now I'm going to have to try and create this angle first of all. It's 55 degrees again. Set up your protractor, mark out your 55 degrees. So you'd start at 0, work up to 65, 55 degrees, mark it in. Draw on that angle, so it's roughly something like that. Okay, that's going way past where I think it's going to end. So this 55 degrees angle. And again, last step is just to open your compass. So open your compass to 55 millimeters. So you know it's 55 degrees and 55 millimeters, but that's okay. Okay, and then just swing an arc from point. Actually, apologies there now. Just you'll see there it was from from point G over to point Z and up to over to point C and then up to point L. So this angle here should have been going G, C, and then up to L. So back at that angle. Okay, so I'm just going to rearrange these just to keep the diagram in line with the angles I'm given. So this is going from C over to G and then up to L. So it'll be angle CGL now, just in case. And then this I'm going to change this as well to CL. Okay, so I already have the measurement opened up here. It was 55 degrees, just double check it again. Okay, and all I'm going is from C and just swinging an arc. And again, wherever those two parts cross, it'll be here in this case. That's going to be my, that is going to be the end point for that triangle. Okay, so if you want to, again, just heavy in that last line as well, just to show your actual triangle. Okay, and your construction lines, you can leave them in just to show the examiner you knew what you're doing and how you got your final drawing. Okay, so that's how you do those 3 different triangles that you'll be asked to do for today. Okay, thank you.